And we are now officially on TV. So we are, we all come in right at the right time. Look, so some technical difficulties. We're trying to figure this out, guys. Not necessarily our greatest face right there. We made some mistakes, but
Oops.
we are now live on Facebook. We got a simulcast going. A little heart emoji sitting up there. So yeah, anything that we've talked about beforehand, you can forget about it because nobody heard it. But hey, that's a really
So
good thing because Taz's his camera wasn't working, and then we're
so
not.
so we can go through the open cars quick. I have the list still pulled up, shockingly. So the
Okay.
open cars, for those who don't know, there are 36 guaranteed starters in a 40 car field. Well, I should say 41, but we'll get to that in a minute. The 36 cars are the charter teams. 4 cars have to qualify / race their way in. Normally, how it's ran in the past to recent memory is that the top two open cars from qualifying are locked in. However, they can get kicked out based upon dual results. If the cars that did not make it in on speed perform better than the two cars, on qualifying, they the cars that were supposed to be locked in on qualifying are now out. It got modified this time around to where now we are definitely going to guarantee 2 cars from qualifying for the opens, and then the top finishing open car from each one of the duels between the 2 nights, the 2 nights for tomorrow night, will be in the show. So the open cars are Corey Heim in the 67, Justin Allgaier in the 40. Those guys have already qualified. Casey Mears in the 66 is another open car. He's already qualified. He has to race his way in. Jimmy Johnson has already qualified in the 84. Don't you worry, got the Johnson gear and
He's
tacked ready.
he's locked in.
Yeah, he's guaranteed in no matter what. He doesn't even have to qualify. Doesn't even have to race tomorrow night. He's got a guaranteed provisional, which we think is not cool because NASCAR created the provisional spot for non-NASCAR regulars to begin with. Chandler Smith in the 36 is an open car. Then we got the next set of open cars are the 78 of BJ McLeod, the 44 of JJ Yaley. And then Anthony Alfredo will qualify not much further after them. And then the final cars, the 99 of Corey LaJoy.
Oh wow, the 99 has been brought back
Here's
by
the deer.
Roush Fenway Keselowski. How about that? Been a long time since we've seen the 99 out in existence.
As of right now, we are looking at Corey Heim and Justin Allgaier guaranteed in on speed.
I thought that they made a change and that they're still going to have to race their way in.
No,
No.
Is that true?
no.
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 In recent memory, it used to be
Uh,
the top 2 open cars had a guaranteed spot unless they performed a lot worse than the cars who did not make it in on speed
right.
based upon the duels.
Okay.
Now they changed it to where the top 2 open cars in
guaranteed.
qualifying are guaranteed in, and then tomorrow night it's the best finishing open car in each one of the duels instead
Yep.
of regardless of which duel who finished better than the other.
Yep. I heard them
Straight to
talk about
commercial.
it.
As soon as we get locked in, and straight to commercial.
I heard them talk about it.
I
Practice
mean,
earlier
any
today,
surprise?
so.
Ryan Priest at the top of the board. That's a pretty good number there. 49081, I think it was, or 051, something to that effect. Any surprise? Coming off a win at Bowman Gray just about a week ago from today.
Don't worry, we got snacks ready to go.
Me too.
Now, what you got?
Look at here. Look.
Oh, you want to share some there, Mr. CJ?
What you got?
My heart's with NASCAR.
We got some of these.
Oh,
Would you like to share?
Snooky. Yes, I want
Oh
some.
yeah.
All right, here we go.
Hey, go ahead and pass it. There's no way I'll just do that.
There you go. You got back.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right. Now I know something's going on here. Y'all
Hey.
been way too far away to be able to do anything like that. Come on.
You got something to drink with it too?
Jeez Louise. How do y'all
Yeah,
do this?
I gotta refill my cup, but hey, here you are.
Hey, I want some Mountain Dew.
All right,
Where's the Mountain Dew? Oh no.
There you
Oh
go.
gosh. Get your snacks
All
while we're in
right,
commercial.
there you go.
Holy smokes. Wow. Holy smokes. That is something. Y'all are crazy.
Sharing is caring.
So yeah,
right.
that's wow. That we're gonna lock in those two guys there. It looks like Corey Haim and I guess Dale Jr. probably doesn't have to worry anymore, right? I mean, we basically have gotten 3 of the open cars
I
qualified.
don't know.
You got 8 of them.
RFK.
8 of them? Or...
Yeah. Yeah, because Corey LaJoy, huh? And BJ McLeod hadn't come out.
No, I don't see the 70 or the 44. I think the real threats probably are the 36 and the 99.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah, the 36 for sure.
I would
that's a
go
front
more
row
on the 99
motorsports.
than the 36.
Yeah. Well, front row motorsports, though, come on. I mean, they're racing under the same Roush Yates power plant that Corey LaJoy is.
It's true.
Yeah. So we're back to the qualifying order, and it looks like we have
Riley Hurst.
Well,
Riley Hurst.
And then
should they have 3
so
cars
we
this
missed
year?
AJ, and we
4
missed
cars?
Noah Gregson.
2311 has 3 full-time, and then Corey Haim has the 4th.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, Haim will pilot the 4th car in, I think, 12 races this year. I think that was the schedule he released.
Yeah, he's got a lot of races that he's going to be racing an open car in. It's interesting
because
that
he doesn't have a full-time Xfinity, but I know people are kind of bummed by it, but at this point, it probably depends on money, and if he was staying with Toyota, there was not much room for him to go Toyota-wise.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel...
So how many people do y'all think is going to get affected by that new window net rule?
Yeah, I think that's a big
There's
issue.
already one.
What's the over-under for 2026?
Right?
2.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big issue there.
Well, if you remember a couple years ago, Joey Logano did it. He had like that webbed glove type thing or whatever.
So, riddle me this. Explain this to me. How much of a difference, or what exactly? Why is NASCAR against them putting their hands in the window net or whatever during qualifying? Because they can do it during the race. So, what makes a difference?
Yeah,
so I guess in qualifying they want raw speed and they don't want anything to affect the air around the car. And if you put your hand out, you're not getting straight car air speed or something.
I mean, is that making that much of a difference? And it's something everybody could do. So it's not like someone's getting an advantage over another driver. So, I mean, is it that much of a speed? Does it add that much? Obviously didn't, because he was 12th when he was bumped off for his time was disallowed. So it's not like it's Kyle Busch on the top of the leaderboard. So, I mean, is it that significant of a difference to them that we're going to be an issue about it now?
Oh, I don't know, but they're showing there where I guess I don't know if he just held his hand up inside the cockpit. And Noah, he was probably just being
well, looks like they must have gave it back to him, because now he's 15th on the board again. So I'm assuming they must have reversed their decision.
They must have fought it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because when they announced it, you could see somebody wave Noah to go on, and you could see people talking. Like, so it must have been somebody from his crew talking to NASCAR officials.
Right. So here's a name at the top of the leaderboard. Fast time, Kyle Busch.
About damn time.
So far, we have open car. Do we have any open cars? Yes, we have the 78, the 44, the 62. I forgot. Oh, I didn't really forget Alfredo. Oh yeah, he could be a threat in a sense for Hyman Allgaier. And then LaJoy. So we have 4 open cars left. So far, Hyman Allgaier are in on speed. And then the next open car is Jimmy Johnson, but he's got the provisional to fall back on. And then after him, it is all the way down to Chandler Smith, which shockingly for the 36 car being almost a second off.
Yeah, this is this is interesting, you know.
John Hunter hitting top 5.
So Zane Smith, he is locked in. I've seen.
Zane Smith is a chartered.
Yeah, he's a chartered car.
Chandler Smith is the open car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew I got confused on the Smith. So
yeah, BJ McLeod's on the track now.
Okay. Yeah, this will pretty much do it here. This is going to definitely lock in Heim if BJ doesn't get up in time.
I like good old BJ. He was on our show a few times. He's a good guy.
You know, it's really cool. I've done a lot of watching old races and stuff of the past, and there was a guy named Michael McLeod, and he raced in the 80s, and I just wonder if that was maybe it was in the 90s. But I just wonder if that was BJ's dad or something, because, you know, a lot of these guys are, you know, descendants of racers and crew chiefs and guys that were within the industry. So I wonder what the story is for BJ. And do you know anything about that?
I don't remember. The only thing I remember is his wife was a health nut. Did food prep. He was getting into being eating better, and so that's all I remember back from those days. It's been a while since we had him on the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. we're probably talking maybe 10 years ago.
Probably.
Wow. So Spire's getting an interview.
Obviously, BJ McLeod. Wow, faster than Casey Mears.
It has been announced that Kyle Larson has signed a multi-year deal extension.
Yeah, he got the extension to what, 2031 or something like that?
Yeah, probably so.
I think that's what I saw. But yeah, McLeod 3/10 faster than Casey Mears. And according to the NASCAR app leaderboard, Noah Gregson's lap does not count still.
Okay. Wow. Maybe they just still have it on this board because his actual time, but it doesn't count.
Yeah, on the NASCAR leaderboard, Gregson's time is not counting.
Gotcha.
So here's JJ Yaley, and I tell you, if JJ Yaley gets in the race, you can guarantee he's going to take care of that car. And
he'll be one to watch for the duels as long as he's in the draft.
Right.
Yeah, because he almost took away Johnson's spot a couple years ago.
If there was ever a name that you put in there in a spot where it says
worse than Casey Mears,
waste of a ride, JJ Yaley would be that name.
Well, there's a reason why he keeps getting hired. It's because he takes care of equipment. So he's not ever fast.
I mean, he took care of equipment when he was running with Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, he's a former USAC driver. Yaley was a good hot hand, you know.
Did he ever win a race? Did he ever finish top 5?
I don't think so. I think he had a terrible record.
I don't remember how he did with Gibbs.
I don't think he ever had a good finish.
Yeah, he was one of those that was rushed through and didn't really get the chance to, spread his wings. They did the same thing with Kenny Irwin, another USAC driver that unfortunately succumbed to a crash in 2000 at the New Hampshire Speedway. Kenny was a USAC driver as well. Actually, he was the replacement driver for Ernie Irvin after the 97 season. So
You know, it's nice of Reki Spinhouse to pay tribute to such a legend in Clint Boyer, Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, we got to deal with a little bit of Chef Boyardee coming up in the announcing booth.
Don't worry, I'm full of. I'll be full of nicknames this year. Don't be surprised, folks.
Did either one of y'all watch the practice earlier?
No,
Did not.
I heard practice was kind of iffy because there were teams who ran single car runs or cars that did multi-car runs, and some teams didn't even take a single lap at all because they wanted to wait until qualifying to make their first laps to get the freshest tires.
Right.
Yeah, there was a lot of single car. I watched a few cars practice getting to a pit stop on hot tires. I thought it was funny because it just seemed like Clinton Boyer and Kevin Harvick weren't on the same page on anything. Like Clinton Boyer would say something, and Harvick would be like, "Well, no, actually, it's this, and this." I was like, "Oh my lord, they ain't agreeing on nothing out here today."
Well, that's going to lead to a terrible broadcast if they can't, get in sync with each other.
All right, Anthony Alfredo. We'll have to race in.
Corey Heim is officially in.
Yep, Heim's in on speed. What a turnaround for Heim, too, because last year he didn't make the cut. I think Heim last year, if I remembered right, he missed qualifying due to a technical or mechanical failure, and then I think he wrecked in his duel. So Heim never made the 500 last year.
So you say Heim has made it. It's Heim time in the Daytona.
Heim is in, and you have to remember, last year he did not make it. As I was saying, I think he had a mechanical failure that led him to basically made him not qualify at all. And then I think he wrecked in his duel.
So Kyle Busch, what is this? What is this, number 20 for Kyle Busch?
I think we've passed 20. I think 20 was a few years ago.
Miss Lee said she believed they said there was 2 cars that didn't practice. I thought almost all of them did eventually turn a lap. She said she believes B.J. McLeod was one of them that didn't turn a lap earlier. That was one of the things that Clint and Kevin argued about. Is Clint said I would at least want to go out there and turn some laps, and then Kevin was going back saying that, well, if this is your only shot for those that have to race in, that that's probably why they're not going out, because they want to have everything fresh and ready to go.
She said McDowell. Yeah, McDowell did not take a lap.
McDowell or oh yeah, McDowell.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got you,
yeah.
Miss Lee.
Ha McDonald's.
So didn't Carson get his contract after the show? After our last show?
Yes, he did.
What you thought? Yeah. What you guys' thoughts on that?
That's a huge extension.
Yeah, I mean, you want to buy into your prospect, and that's exactly what Spire Motorsports has done. Look, I would have never thought that Carson Hocevar would have been ready for Cup racing. He had minimal experience in trucks. Did not even race in Xfinity, I don't believe. Went straight to the project child at Spire Motorsports, and look, over the last 2 years, he's figured it out. If they believe that that's the future of their organization and they've locked him into the next decade, that's exactly what you should do, because anytime that you have if anybody knows how a free agent can be swooped up, it should be Spire Motorsports. They've dealt with being an agency basically before they were even a motorsports team. So
they've locked in on their guy. They said that this is the future of the organization, and they've ponied up the money to make sure that he stays there.
And I'd say with the season he had last year, he had some big bright spots. It was just a matter of him trying to finish the job in terms of at least winning. I know that, but
Like,
all right, we're gonna have to really watch his. We're gonna have to really watch his qualifying effort because Corey LaJoie should be coming on to track, and it's him versus Allgaier for this final spot.
Yeah, I think if it weren't for a couple of blown motors last year, we would have definitely seen Carson Hocevar in victory lane. That was just the two blown motors that he had, not to mention, just getting out raced in a couple of other races. So, he's knocked on the door a couple of times, which is by far, Spire Motorsports has come a long way over the last couple of years. They did have the win with Justin Allgaier, but that was kind of a fluke win. But last year they really turned up the wick, and
Justin Haley. It was Justin Haley, rain shortened Daytona.
Yeah, they won with him. But that was kind of a fluke deal.
They didn't win with Allgaier.
Yeah, you said Allgaier. That's why you.
Haley, I'm sorry. Yes, it was Justin Haley. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I gotta work on that. It's almost race season, man. I can't be calling people the wrong names.
Corey LaJoie is on the track now.
There we go. This is the one to watch. Is it him or is it Allgaier?
What do you think Dale Jr. is doing right now? Biting his nails?
Pacing back and forth.
My goodness. So I got McDowell still on the racetrack. Here's the 99 LaJoie.
Is it the Gator or is it the Almond Joy?
And I made a mistake with him as well earlier. The 99 has been raced. Of course, Daniel Suarez was racing the 99, but it's not been in the Roush Fenway Keselowski camp in several years. So
one thing to notice too with some of these, especially in the Roush side, and I know Allmendinger's got it too, the Greg Biffle number font.
Oh yeah, the number font by Biffle, exactly. Good call on that, there, Taz.
All right. This is lap 1. I think they get 2 laps, right?
He's in the green at this time.
Just behind Allgaier.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's still there. A little bit red. Oh man! Of course, it's gonna put. He is green. Wow!
No Alligator way. Gets in. Alligator is in.
Holy no, he didn't.
No, Almond Joy missed just barely.
It was in the green.
It was in the green for bubble. It said 10th place bubble for the first group of people, but it wasn't green to Allgaier's time.
Oh, Fox with their damn graphics again, confusing the hell out of everybody.
Almond Joy missed it by 0.004 of a second. That was the separation between him and Allgaier. 0.004.
Oh my gosh. Unreal. So, Dale Jr. can celebrate. Their car has made it in for the second year in a row. Junior Motorsports will be represented in the Daytona 500.
Now, is this the only race that Junior is going to be in again this year? Wasn't that the only race he was last year, or was he in more than?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm just not sure if they're ever going to. I guess there comes a time when you realize you missed the boat. And, they had a chance to get a charter for $2.5 million, and Dale Jr. just did not think that it was, or Kelly or somebody, Junior Motorsports just did not think that that was worth it. And I think that was that's a decision that's going to haunt them for a very, very long time. That they didn't just go out there and grab that when they had a chance to. Now, with permanent charters, I mean, it makes those charters worth every bit of $100 million a piece, or $150 million a piece, whatever somebody wants to pay. So, if you
would have bought it, and say you bought it and sat on it, you could have flipped that and.
Yeah, they could have been playing musical chairs with it or something. I mean, my goodness, it's just they just missed an opportunity. They didn't read the room right. And, it's going to, I think, forever haunt junior motorsports because now they're going to have to be a partnership with somebody. They're going to have to team up with somebody that's already got a team. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. I mean, they could always sign with Dodge and get 4 free charters. So I'm not sure. And I don't know if those charters would actually be free or not, but they do have the ability to expand the charters if Stellantis Dodge decides to come to Cup Racing. So there are some open charters. There are some charters open for an expansion with OEMs, new OEMs coming into the sport.
Well, if Ram does fully plan on getting into Cup next year, which by the sounds of it, that is the ideal plan, but they do realize if they are not ready, they're not going to rush it. But if they are, obviously Colleague would switch from Chevy to Ram because obviously they're running Ram in the trucks, and with their race for the seat show, and that according to Matt Colleague, the owner, he said they do plan on running that year after year, to give guys opportunities. So I would probably say if Ram is ready to go Cup racing next year, Colleague's going to switch. I kind of wonder who in the trucks will expand that for next year, if any. Will any Cup teams bite the bullet too?
Right.
I don't know on the Cup side. There could be takers on the truck side.
Yeah, and
unless
I would expect next year for there to be more Dodge truck teams as well. And we haven't seen Ram truck teams, and we haven't seen anything in ARCA. We haven't seen anything in Xfinity or Cup side. So, there's a lot of foundation to be built, and this is the time to be getting those deals put together. When you're talking about changing OEM, you're not going to wait till September to decide that you're going to go with a brand new, OEM. You're going to have that decided before probably the season even started. Now, we haven't heard anything about anybody changing manufacturers, but there's definitely some talks. And look, I'm the kind of guy I would pick up the phone and call, right? I'm not going to wait to be called. If I'm interested in being a competitive team in the next 5 years, and I'm not competitive right now, I have already picked up the phone and I've already made that phone call to Stellantis to say, hey, we just want to put our name out there if you guys ever do decide to come to Cup. And I would guarantee you a couple of teams have done that. I'm not going to speculate which ones because they're probably the lower tier teams. But, also there's a team up there that loves to change manufacturers all the time. And of course, that's Penske. I'm not sold that Penske has bought in completely to Ford when Ford, they don't even build motors. So those motors come from Roush Yates. So there could still be a possibility that Penske jumps ship once again from Ford and heads back to Dodge.
I was gonna say Haas, but I mean, and I only say Haas because they're Chevy for NASCAR, but Formula One they're backed by Toyota.
Yeah, that's strange, right?
Like why? I don't understand that. Why would you go one manufacturer for one motorsport, and then you kind of go with your rival for another? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, isn't Penske with Honda in IndyCar?
I think so.
Yeah. So here's William Byron, your back-to-back.
Let me check that.
Daytona 500 winner. I don't believe that we've had a back-to-back winner since Sterling Marlin did it in 94, 95. We're kind of getting to the bread and butter now of these guys that were part of the playoffs last year. So we'll see this leaderboard kind of change pretty fast here to find out who's really in there and who's been faking it for the last.
Actually, Chris, Penske is a Chevy team in IndyCar.
Oh, Chevy team in IndyCar. Interesting. Wow.
I guess it's kind of common.
Yeah, that's weird. Like you're a Chevy team in IndyCar and you're a Ford team in NASCAR. Wow.
Miss Lee says since Haas is a one-car team, it'd be easy for them to switch.
Well, yeah, but The point I was trying to make was how can you get a Chevy backing for one motorsport and then Toyota for the other? But I guess it must be some sort of common thing because, as we just said, or as I just looked up, Penske is a Chevy team in IndyCar, and they're obviously running Ford in NASCAR.
Very concerning how we just seen Brad Keselowski. He does not look well enough to be in a race car. Very, very bad limp. And look, my son suffered a very similar injury that Brad Keselowski has suffered, and I'm not much for giving out privacy things on airwaves, but that is a very, very painful injury, and it's a very long recovery time. And there's a possibility that Keselowski will never be able to walk the way that he was before. It's just
that is
the way that they have to
car.
Put that hip structure back together is it's he's got a lot of plates and a lot of screws and a lot of metal holding that thing in place. I just hope that we don't see anything like a head-on collision or anything like that with the inner wall, like what we seen with Kyle Busch several years ago that broke his legs.
I get in the sense he wanted to get ready for Daytona, but with how bad his leg was, and you just described some of the healing process he went through, why try to push for Daytona when you know Daytona? And I'm not saying Brad is not meant for this style of racing super speedway, because he is, but why put your, and I get it's a Daytona 500, but at the same time, like, why push yourself for one of the most dangerous races of the season? Just to make sure, give yourself that extra week.
Okay, so let's go back to the winning you're in, right? Winning you're in, and buddy, you get you a win, and all of a sudden you're going to finish 16th in the points. You're going to do good. You're going to try to go for playoffs. Now, that's no such thing. So Keselowski feels like, obviously, that if he doesn't get in the car, his car may have a chance of not running as good, right? And so then he's buried down in the standings. He's going to have to work really hard to get it back forward. He believes that he's the best man for the ride to be able to get it in position so that when he is back 100%, that he can, chase a championship, or at least the goal is to be in the top 15. Look, last year was kind of a bad year for Roush Fenway Keselowski. I have to believe they started the year out with the penalty, and it pushed Brad Keselowski way down in the standings, and he had to work the entire year to try to pull himself out of that. That's probably what's echoed in his mind. He doesn't want to start this year out the same way that he started last year. But we all know that's a flip of a coin chance right there. All he's got to do is have a bad wreck here at Daytona, and we can see a season-ending injury for the guy that we call Bad Brad Keselowski, who's now being interviewed by Jamie Little. Unfortunately, we're not able to play any sound, so I wasn't able to hear, but he has a significant limp. He is using a cane to get around. He looks stiff as a board, y'all.
So I want to throw this out quick. Cody Ware, or should I say Cody who, is qualifying right now.
15th.
We need to once Ty Gibbs starts his qualifying efforts, this is where we're going to have to watch for the top 10 lock-ins for the next round of qualifying.
So I have a question, because I have not kept up with all the rule changes over the last handful of years with everything I got going on. But I know once upon a time, if you started a race, I think you just had to do one lap, and got out, someone came in, you still got the points for it. Do they still do that?
Yes.
So why is that possible? Has there been talks of that happening? Like, I can understand, especially with the no longer when you're in. So I'm going to qualify and I'm going to start this race just so I get the points, since now it's a little bit harder because you're not counting just on a win. So right. Is that play into effect here possibly?
That's a good question, Mr. CJ Sports. Whether or not he has a backup driver, I have not heard that he does or he doesn't. That is interesting that you would bring that, because I think that would be probably the right thing to do based off of, as we see how messed up he still is. But there again, these guys feel the most comfortable when they're behind the steering wheel. So I guess he weighs the fact that he's going to be uncomfortable. He might as well be uncomfortable inside the race car.
So I was gonna say because they would have given Larson points for him being late to the 600 when he tried the double. But of course, when he showed up, the race was called at that point. So Larson was pretty much, you had to get yourself a waiver. But Chris Buescher moves up, goes up.
I feel NASCAR gives out too many waivers.
Yeah, I agree. Nice. But the waivers really won't matter for much of anything anymore, based off of the waivers mattered when you could win a race and still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now a waiver doesn't really help you do anything other than keeps your charter from being disqualified.
All right. So we're down to 11 cars for qualifying. Wow. It'll be Briscoe up first. After Briscoe, this is where we're going to have to really watch that top 10 to see who moves on to the next round to get a chance to lock into the front row for the 500 on Sunday.
Also, riddle me this. Why is NASCAR having them qualify at night and it's a total different change, a different track? It's cooler. It's not underneath the sun. We used to qualify during the day, didn't we? Am I delusional?
Yes.
So wouldn't it make more sense to qualify? See, there's too much change. Like, let's go back to the way the old formats. It makes more sense for them to set up a car to qualify and how they're going to race versus you're going to set it up one way knowing you're going to be underneath the lights, the track's cooler, versus out in that sun.
So I think, hold on, you have to think of it this way too, because you obviously have first practice, which they did earlier today. That may or may not help for Sunday because they ran during the day. Qualifying might be helping them in the sense because duels are ran at nighttime. And then they do practice.
Well, see, the duels
I think they do practice once or twice more after
the duels. The duels used to run during the day too.
Right. Everything was running daytime. It used to be qualifying was on
getting you ready for a day race.
Qualifying was on Sunday afternoon. You had practice on Tuesday and Wednesday.
And the duels were in the afternoon on Thursday.
Yeah, you raced the duels on the afternoon of Thursday, right? Because I remember so many times being at work and not being able to watch the duels.
I remember leaving work early so I could go watch the duels.
Right?
Or when I worked in the pizza place in North Carolina, we had TV, so we would throw it on in the middle of the afternoon.
And you never really had to worry about anybody catching on that you were calling it early that day because, NASCAR is not the most popular sport in the world. Now, you call in on Monday after the Super Bowl, everybody knows what you did. But you can leave home early to go watch the duels on a Thursday afternoon back in the day, that's for sure. Who's tired of this guy? I mean, geez Louise, he looks just like Rick Hendrick, too. How is that possible?
Nah, Cole Custer looks like daggone Rick Hendrick.
Yeah, that ain't no lie.
Stone Cold Custer.
Zane Smith, Joe Nemechek, John Hunter Nemechek, Corey
Briscoe's on the track now.
Dillon, Elliott, Buescher, Hine, Priest, and Busch is your top 10.
Yep.
We've got the fastest cars about to come up here.
After Briscoe, this is where we watch the top 10. Of who's locked in.
Briscoe was the pole sitter last year, so we've got to keep our eye on Briscoe.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, after Briscoe, this is where the top 10 start locking in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Briscoe was the last year's pole sitter, and so far he's in the green. Bubble -10. Okay, I see that now. So he's 1.43 seconds and rising. If they're going to do that, then they should at least give us the times to the outside. That way we can try to do the math and figure out where he is.
Well, he's second. I'll tell you where he is.
Where do you see that at?
I'm ahead of you guys.
He's gonna be like 2 seconds ahead if that. But here we go. Top 10 start locking in now.
I was also happy to see that Kyle Busch is going to be in 8 truck races this year, so that was nice.
Backing by Hendrick.
That is so odd.
HendrickCars.com going to be on the side of that race car. Yeah, on the side of that race truck. That's wild.
Because I have a feeling Spire has a pretty good, close relationship with Hendrick.
Just a little bit.
Does RCR just not have an interest, like, to put him in a truck?
It's a good question.
Like, your odds of is would
Busch versus Gibbs? Who is going to be locked in?
I mean, is the reward not worth investing in and putting a team together? Like, you're almost guaranteed. I'm not gonna say almost guaranteed, but there's a good chance that Kyle Busch is going to win some of those races if you have the right equipment underneath them in the truck series. He did it for so long. You would think it'd be an investment.
Into round 2.
Yeah, the reward to that, I guess, would be, just in the financial side of it. They've already got a truck that can take a driver with Spire. Spire's, they've got a pretty expensive a truck team. So, last year they raced a lot of guys through that number 7.
You see his picture?
I seen Cletus just a minute ago.
You see Blaney's freaking media picture?
No.
Freaking porn star looking dude.
Oh yeah, look at that. It looks like
looks like it's so small. It looks like what's that movie with Earl or whatever?
My Name is Earl.
Yeah. From here, that's what he looks like.
I was thinking
if his mustache wasn't so bad, he'd be almost a spitting image of Ted Lasso.
Race. This guy, I think, is going to be a threat for the pole here tonight. We'll see. He's in the red right now. Going the wrong way. Oh, no.
He didn't make the top 10.
Oh, man. Ryan Blaney.
All right, so Busch and Briscoe locked in for the next round.
Denny Hamlin's shoulder. Is this going to be an issue throughout the season?
Who knows? I mean, if he ran the Clash fine, then we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, well, that was one time look, we're talking about a 36 race season where he's going to be up on his elbows throughout the year. It's just going to aggravate it the further along they go. So I am concerned. I think that this will really put a damper on his chance to chase for a championship. Somewhere in midsummer, we're going to see that it has taken a toll on Denny Hamlin. We watched this with Earnhardt when he had the nerve issue in his neck and how he just I mean, when you get older, you can't hide the pain like you could when you were younger. I know when we were young, we'd go out broken ankles and contusions, and we'd be in a car wreck and show up at work the next day. Guys, I can go to the racetrack on Saturday night, and I'll still be recovering on Tuesday. Like, our recovery as we get older is nowhere near what it was when we were younger. I mean, I used to stay up the entire weekend.
Ryan Preece has a shot at a front row spot.
Who?
Ryan Preece has a shot in the front row spot. He's locked into the next round.
LaJoy just got bumped out of the round.
So, Busch, Briscoe, and Preece are locked into the next round to get themselves a shot at the front row. Now we got Giggles Logano. Or should I say Mr. Clean? Mr. Clean.
I'm trying to figure out what they're celebrating for in the 40 pit.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. Because you already knew he was in the race, and he's probably going to get bumped out of the top 10 by Logano as it is. So I wasn't sure what that was about either.
Right. Hey, kudos to Fox for not going to a commercial break. We've gone longer than 8 minutes without a commercial. Logano, is he a true threat?
I feel like this is like the pivotal part of qualifying outside of the top 10.
Right. Yeah, he made the top 10.
Larson is locked in.
So Logano secures a top 10.
Corey Heim.
I don't know if he's secured. He's in there for now.
No, Corey Heim is next. Corey Heim is next to possibly be locked in. It depends on how well,
Christopher Bell.
Yep, Christopher Bell.
We've not seen Tyler Reddick. We've not seen Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin's the last one to qualify.
Oh, wow. They're still butt slapping back there. I mean, how many times are you going to celebrate, Dale Jr.? You're in the show. Chill.
Or no, Reddick might be the last one to qualify. I don't know. Where was the 45 on this list?
Could this be the year for Christopher Bell to win a championship? How about Interstate Batteries signing on with High Limit Racing as their sponsor? Did you guys hear that?
Yep. For some reason, I am not seeing Tyler Reddick pop up. Oh, Reddick already qualified. He's 34th.
Oh, wow.
Now we're going to interview Junior.
All right, where did Bell go?
11th. He didn't even make the top 10.
Corey Heim. He's locked in on speed, and yet he could go for a front row spot, and probably and if he gets a front row spot, NASCAR will probably say, "Nope, you're an open car. Go to the back."
We are proud of Justin. Want to thank Traveler for the opportunity. Couldn't say it was worst driver coming down. I don't know. This is a lot of fun either way. It's a great sport. So much to be a part of it.
All right, Cindric's up. And is Buescher going to be locked in, or is Cindric going to play spoiler?
So I know this will probably be a little controversial, but do you guys are y'all kind of slighted with Kelly Earnhardt? Do you feel like, because I watched Door Bumper Clear and I see the daughter, Kelly, not Kelly, whatever her name is, you know, she's like the host of the show. And it's kind of like, you know, I know Dale Jr., he made a name for himself as a driver and had fans galore, but Kelly's kind of just a ride along. Do you guys have as much faith into her as what we do into Dale Jr., or do you guys have opinions to that? Would you like to share them? I mean, I'm not trying to throw poo-poo at Kelly Earnhardt.
I've not kept up with the whole Kelly Earnhardt thing, but I don't also agree that he made a name for himself from racing. I think he made a name for himself because he was Senior's kid. I've always stuck by my guns. I wasn't impressed with his racing career. I think what will put his name to solidify Junior is being the race owner. And that's why I asked earlier, is he ever going to put a team in the Cup Series? Because I think, for my personal opinion, probably a lot has got to do with it. I just didn't like the Earnhardts. Respected Senior, didn't like him. I was an Elliott fan and a Wallace fan and a Johnson fan and everything but a Senior fan.
Right.
But to me, solidifying Junior, because I just don't feel that as popular and as big of the deal everybody made about Junior, I don't think his racing career solidifies. It was his father that solidified why he was where he was at. And so I always said that will get him out of that tailgate. He will be his own legacy as a car owner, and that's just what I firmly believe. So I have different opinions on that part as well. But the whole Kelly Earnhardt thing, I have not kept up with everything in that whole family. More so because I don't care for the Earnhardts. I'm just not an Earnhardt follower or fan. So I've not kept up with all that.
I think she kind of rubbed me the wrong way when she compared Wyatt Miller to her father. and that just kind of felt a little bit forced. Of course, Wyatt's had a pretty good career so far in the Cars Tour, but your uncle owns the tour. You are the grandson of Dale Earnhardt, but so was Jeffrey Earnhardt, and fans didn't just fall in love with Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey's had to earn it the hard way, and I've always been a fan of Jeffrey. I think he's a good racer. He was given a chance to race in a Richard Childress machine a couple of years ago with Larry Mack in the pit and finished second. It showed that he's got a little bit in him, but I think what really rubbed me the wrong way was when Kelly Miller compared her son to the young age of Dale Earnhardt Sr. to her father. I just kind of felt like that was a little bit forced, and like, hey, jump. I want my son to be recognized the same way that Dale Jr. was recognized, because look, that's Dale Jr. was not able to be Dale Sr., and it haunted Dale Jr. All of that fame and all of that fortune haunted Dale Jr. He never wanted to be his father. He never felt like he was good enough to be his father. So at least we weren't dealing with an arrogant, overrated driver. There's a lot of drivers out there that want to place themselves as the king, and they we have a basketball player who calls himself the king, and he's only second, maybe third best to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So at least we didn't get the arrogant Dale Jr. that so many Nepo babies have, but it just feels like Kelly may be pushing a little bit too hard for Wyatt Miller to be the next big thing, and I think fans will decide whether or not they think Wyatt Miller holds captive the same way that Dale Jr. has in his career. Dale Jr. was on the same racetrack that Dale Earnhardt was when he got killed. And I believe with all my heart that a lot of Dale Earnhardt fans became Junior fans because of that. I was not like you, Mr. CJ Sports. I was not a Earnhardt fan. I was a Ford guy. I loved Davey Allison and Ernie Irvan and Dale Jarrett. I was not an Earnhardt fan, but I started following Earnhardt about 97 or 98 when he was driving for his dad, because look, Earnhardt was around my age, and he was the next up-and-coming thing. And, I never left the bandwagon. Even through the tough years, I still pushed through, even when people were like, you do know your driver sucks. Yeah, but he was good one time, and he's going to be good again. Oh, you're an idiot. No, I'm not.
All right. Hamlin, last car to qualify. Gibbs versus Hamlin.
Found fourth. Wow.
Gibbs versus Hamlin for the final spot in round 2.
Do you think Earnhardt Jr.'s career would have been different if his father hadn't passed when he did, and would have had Senior to kind of pick his brain and everything for more years?
I don't think Junior would have ever went to Hendrick. I'm pretty sure DEI would have went a lot longer than it did.
We all forget that Dale Jr. could have been a Cup champion in 2003. Like that was his year, and he made a mistake and said something about his dad, let a cuss word go at Talladega that got him fined, and it eventually cost him the championship that year. And so, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. But definitely, if Senior had been around, he would have been the guiding light for Dale Jr. Dale Jr. had a really tough introvert.
All right, so Gibbs out of round 2. Hamlin has a shot at the front row.
Oh, wow. Okay. Y'all are just a tad bit ahead of me here, so.
So here's the top 10 people. I'm going to say them by nicknames. Top 10 moving on to round 2, and they have a shot of walking themselves onto the front row. We have Bushy Bitch, Brisket Boy, Reese's Pieces, Denny Hamster,
should have been home to eat,
Lil Bow Wow, Fucklard, Heim Time, Bushy the Third, Chase the Face, and Mr. Clean. Those 10 guys will go for the top 2 spots, the front row, for Sunday's race.
Yeah, that's a good selection of different manufacturers there at the top. That's
Hamlin looks so funny with that mustache.
Who does?
Hamlin.
Oh, he's got a stash. I didn't even see it. Someone missed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, where they had showed all their faces, who's at one of the next round as Hamlin. Picture Hamlin with the mustache.
Hey, Taz Taylor, why don't you tell them about the fantasy that we have going on this year? I'm not sure all of us have gotten signed up to that yet.
Y'all have a fantasy going on?
Oh, gee.
You said it, not me. I'm just asking.
Somebody trying to make it funny.
Easy. So, if you go to, I'll have to actually post it on the 110 page or the RCL page. Basically, the 110, I have set up a fantasy league on the NASCAR website or app this year. Basically, we're going to run the official NASCAR fantasy league. How that works basically is that each week for the first 26 races, you pick 5 drivers plus a garage driver. How this basically works is that you set your lineup of your 6 drivers. You can switch your garage driver with any one of your other 5 drivers in between stage 1 and stage 2 of the race. After stage 2, however your lineup is, it stays that way. There's no more changing, no nothing. For bonus point, and basically however they do in the race, that's how many points you get. The garage driver does not, whoever's in your garage does not count for your points. Your top 5 drivers do. You do get bonus points, however. NASCAR Fantasy Hub does random matchups. They could do a random matchup of Joey Logano versus Chris Buescher, say for this race here, Daytona 500. You have to guess who's going to finish ahead of who. If you get it right, you get, I think it's like a bonus 10 points or something like that. But that's basically it. However, after, like I said earlier, with your after stage 2, your lineup is set. Your 5 drivers, your top 5 drivers, not your garage guy, your top 5 drivers, they will be locked in as a pick, and you can only pick, and I think you only get like 10. You only get to pick a driver 10 times throughout the 26 races. So you have to be careful of where you place your drivers in your lineup. And I think it all resets for the chase. And I think the limit is 5 times per driver.
Chris, your keyboard is really loud.
Yeah, I don't think that's me.
Weren't you typing? What's behind you? What are you doing behind the Dr. Pepper can? I can't see your hand.
Oh, it's a cat.
Oh, then I don't know what that noise is. It just sounds like someone's typing. Is what it sounds like.
Say hello to everybody. It's Leanne.
She's like, get me the fuck out of here.
You do what?
So, how much of a break do we got in between before they do the next round?
I would say after commercial break, probably.
Yeah, I mean, give them a little bit of a chance to cool these motors down and to give everybody,
Because, I mean, you have to think Corey Heim, he was one of the first ones to qualify, and he's going to be battling for a front row spot.
Right.
Now, we one at a time again on this round, too?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, I counted up 4 Chevys, 3 Toyotas, and 3 Fords have made the top 10 here. Corey Heim and Denny Hamlin both represent 2311. Ryan Preece and Buescher are representing RFK. Joey Logano represents Penske. Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin are representing JGR. Kyle Busch with the RCR. and I believe Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman are representing Hendrick Motorsports. So.
All right, I'm going to try doing this here. All right, hold on. Get that out of there. Anyway, so basically, I'll have the screenshot posted. The league name is called 110 Nation 2026, and yes, there is a password to this. That will be in the post later, in a later post, sometime either tomorrow or Friday, for those on the outside who want to get in. That password is 110 Nation. Letters are all lowercase. I believe I did 26, if I remembered right. I have to go back to my messages and find that. But anyways, as you can see here, you have 5 drivers to pick from, and then your garage driver. Okay. And then for this week, for bonus points, they have matchups. So the first one they have is Larson against Hamlin. Who do you think is going to do better? Basically, are you going to do? Blaney versus Byron's the next one. Basically, those are just trying to get you extra bonus points. Like I said, after stage 2, however your lineup is, it freezes. Whoever your 5 starting drivers are will count as a use in the pick. So I believe 10 is the limit for the regular season.
All right. So I'm doing it right now. I'm signing in. Terms and conditions. All right. So we have a league that we're supposed to go to, and the league's name is what?
110 space Nation space 2026.
Okay, that's the name of the.
That's the name of the league.
Okay, 110 Nation.
2026.
2026.
That's the league name. If you're ready for the are you ready for the password?
Well, it says Moto. I don't know what Moto means. I guess that's the password. Yes. What's the password?
Wait, hold on. I should be able to invite you into this because it sounds like you are
create.
Sounds like you're setting up a league. Yeah.
Okay,
sounds like you're setting up your own league.
Okay.
Yeah, you ought to send me an invite as well.
All right, hold on. See if I can. All right, what the heck?
Okay, 110 Nation 2026. Hey, that was easy. All right.
So while we got a little time.
Yeah, I'm joining right now. Password is what?
If I remembered right, it's 110 Nation, all lowercase, 26. If I remembered right.
All right, join league. Uh-oh. Nope, that's not it.
All right, what the heck?
And 110 Nation is all together, right?
Yes. For the password, yes.
Yes.
For the league name, no.
110 lowercase Nation 2026.
For the password or the league name?
Nope.
Password.
For the password.
Password is just 26.
Yeah, that it's not letting me. Oh, there it is. Boom. I'm in there. Woohoo!
There we go. All right, Chris popped up. All right, hold on.
You know, I finally did it last year, y'all. I feel like out of all these years, I've been chasing this championship, And one fluke after the other happened, and I finally did it. I finally got that championship I was chasing for. I kind of felt like Denny Hamlin.
Not like Denny Hamlin, because Denny Hamlin still ain't got that championship.
Yeah, that's right. Dang. Burn.
I'm going to need emails because
my bad, Denny.
I'm going to need emails to send you actual link.
Mine, you're going to send the one.
Both you, Jason and Lee, but you don't. Obviously, Lee will put it through our group chat. Jason, it's up to you how you want to do it.
The 110nation@gmail.com.
All right, the 110nation.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff's coming on strong.
At Gmail. All right.
Well, we got a few minutes before they start round 2. Was y'all happy with the results? The season finale of the race for the seat and our winner?
I don't know.
I'm happy but torn.
Yeah, I think Carson earned it, man.
I wanted Carson to get that full-time ride, man. So bad.
Yeah, I feel like Carson got cheated. I really do. I feel like they were already circling Minnie. You know, maybe it's the name. I'm not sure. His real name's Timothy Tyrell, if anybody didn't know that. But, you know, the nickname Minnie, obviously, that's something that you can really remember. And I don't know, man. I really felt like Carson outperformed. And he won the race there at the end. But I guess based off of how that commercial was, you know, that's what they decided on. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn with it. I know Carson's going to get a chance to perform in a truck in October, but I really was hoping to see him there a lot quicker.
The one thing that I am curious about is, say next year they do this, which by the sounds of it that they're going to. Are they bringing back any of the drivers that they had for this year? I'm not saying all of them, because I'm sure they're going to want new faces, but are they going to bring back any from this year? Like, is Carson going to come back? Is Michael Christopher Jr. going to come back? Shoot, are we going to see one of the guys who finished poorly, like, say, I think Austin Beers, Tyler Ward was his name, get back in for next year?
Yeah, I would like to see those guys at least get an opportunity to show something in the truck series. You know, they debuted. I mean, they auditioned for Ram, and Ram had to have seen something in a couple of these other guys like Michael Christopher Jr. and of course Carson Ferguson and even Tanner Reif. I mean, I think Tanner Reif. Look, I watched Austin Beers go win the modified race at New Smyrna the other night. So I mean, that guy's got a lot of talent too. So Kelly twins, they looked good. I know that we're only comparing them against each other, but look, I think there's some potential in some of those guys that weren't necessarily the favorites going in.
Obviously,
right, here we go.
Obviously, the series was a hit, and we'd all like to see it next year. But unless Mini is a flop and you open that seat back up, the only seat you got is the rotating seat that you're not guaranteed a full-time ride. So I'm curious how they would have another season.
So Mini is a 1-year contract.
But what happens? If he kills it, wins a championship?
You ready?
It would be to what Kaulig does, but there could be a deal where if another team goes, Kaulig could say, okay, since we are the pioneers, let's go searching for a driver to race for somebody else.
I don't know if you'd put that time and effort into recruiting for someone else. I don't know about that.
But there is that 25 free agent truck that is going this year.
Yes, I'm saying that's the only one. And who wants to compete for just an opportunity to be one of many drivers in a truck? I mean, I guess he would, but
they could turn the 25 truck into the full timer. Like instead of multiple drivers racing that, it could turn into one driver running it.
I get that. I just figured that truck was mainly for the the big names that was going to help you bring in sponsorship to help finance everything is why I thought we kind of had. Yeah, so you would be doing away with that and counting on a sponsor to be willing to flip the bill or most of the bill for a driver that's just happened to win a contest. Then
right, yeah, and there's still 20 other drivers that they've got to come up with that are going to be in that seat, and that's a heavy load for that team to be able to go through 20 different drivers. Of course, Carson's got a chance to race in Martinsville in October, and Tony Stewart's starting the season off in the truck. But there's still 20 other guys that are going to fill that ride that we don't know about yet. And
I'd be willing to bet some of them are going to get multiple rides. I can't imagine they doing a different driver every single time.
Exactly, I feel that way too, Mr. CJ Sports. Chase the Face out on the speedway. Logano was the first out. 49.275 was that qualifying lap. Now Chase the Face.
Jason, check your email to make sure you got the invite link, by the way.
Out on the speedway.
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, so Logano and Chase the Face, first two.
Logano just didn't really show that kind of speed in the first part of the qualifying. I don't really feel like he's a threat to the pole. Now, Priest and them, they come out when the track was still green. It was a little bit cooler. The track had was still cool. I guess cooler. I know the temperatures are falling, so I may be wrong on that, but in dirt track racing, you always want to come out first, like that. The earlier you are, well, no, technically, a lot of times we don't even have a good track yet, so the later you are, kind of works out better. A little bit of a dragging on the spoiler there. 49.220, 48. We've seen 48.9 in our last qualifying adventure with Kyle Busch. He was the only guy that was in the 48 range. So,
well, hopefully he repeats. I'm sorry, I'm a Rowdy fan, and I'm tired of seeing him in the back. I expressed that last show or the first show. I can't remember. So I'm glad to see it last show because they had the Clash on. So I'd like to see him up front for once.
So Buescher looking to get that quick lap. And he's so far looking good.
I don't like how they do the green-red for the pole position.
Got it.
Front row.
Wow.
Get at least a second. All right, so we know Logano's not going to get the spot. Not going to say no to front row.
Corey Heim. In the Robin Hood Camry.
An open car going for a front row spot. Can you believe it?
I mean, Corey Heim. Who's going to be bigger, Corey Heim or Connor Zilisch?
Well, given that it's a part-time versus full-time deal, obviously Zilisch. But I guess we'll see when Heim runs the 12 races who the real deal is. I guess you can say.
Long term, right.
Really close.
Wow, I'm pushing it.
Dang,
it's all going to be on this corner.
He's going to get Buescher.
He's in the green.
Looks like this corner is going to be the deciding factor. He's got it.
Wow, jump on the Heim train. Here we go.
So we're looking at Heim and Buescher right now in the front row.
Chase the Face not getting a front row spot. That leaves Bowman and Larson for Hendrick at any part of the front row.
How did they decide who was gonna come out first? How did they?
I wonder that too.
Yeah, 16 Daytona 500 poles for the Hendrick organization. 10 other than any other organization.
Was Logano the slowest in the first round? Are they going reverse order?
I don't remember if he was the slowest or not.
Well, that would make sense because Heim was 8th, so that would make perfect sense.
Well, that would have been the 6 because he went 4th, so he would have had to been the 6th fastest if that was so. That then no.
Well, it may have been 6th. Let me go back to see the results there.
This is close. 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 Whoa, Heim held on to it.
Wow.
Dang, son. High time. Still the top of the chart. But Buescher, no front row.
Bowman.
Yeah, it had to be reverse order because I believe Bowman was like 4th or 5th quick in the first round. We're about the halfway point.
You're running neck to neck. Slight advantage to Bowman.
I would like to see Bowman on the front row, but let's see.
Looks like he didn't have as good of a turn.
Looked like he bobbled through there.
Yeah.
Wow. I think the only two.
Oh no, he's got straightaway speed.
Yeah.
The only
see how he handles this corner. They're like almost tied right now.
That I believe it's on
Heim had a better corner again. The turns. Heim was better.
Yeah, they said he coming out of the corner higher.
Yeah, they said it looks like he's a little tight. Bowman got second. Heim still on the pole.
Wow. Loy
Larson
Allen Jr. and Danica Patrick are the two names that have come to mind that were rookie pole setters.
Do what now?
Danica Patrick and Loy Allen Jr. are the two drivers that come to mind sitting on the Daytona 500 pole.
There, look at Hamlin now. Taz.
What's that?
Look at the screen now. It's got Hamlin with that mustache I'm talking about. It looks so weird to me.
He looks even more like a hamster.
He kind of looks like he should be in the original Top Gun with that haircut and that mustache.
You pulled that right out of my mouth, man. Right out of my mouth. He looks like Goose.
Hamlin might get Heim here.
Look like Goose. Hamlin's close.
Let me know what Hamlin's doing here, because does Hamlin want to unseat Heim? I mean,
Hamlin's got a slight advantage right now. Hamlin's got him by almost a half a car length according to the simulation.
Yeah, I think Hamlin's got that, took that corner wider going in instead of coming out.
Hamlin got him.
Going for his 4th Daytona 500 victory.
No Hendrick car in the front row.
Way to go, boss. Knock me off the pole. 6,000th of a second, they said.
Wow. Hamlin stepped out.
What, do you think your boss is really going to give you a car better than him?
Could you imagine this as a storyline? Denny Hamlin on the front row with a car he owns.
We'll have to wait and see. Briscoe's going to be the one to beat, I feel like.
I don't know. I'm hoping Busch repeats. Still, he's the only car to hit 48 still.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, after Priest, we'll start locking our front row drivers.
So far, Priest is looking better. The backstretch, he's a half a car length faster.
Wow.
And this is a guy who flips in these races.
Almost a whole full car length in the corner.
Sheesh.
I think we might see our next 48. He's got him.
Ryan Priest.
Almost a whole car length. Now, he still didn't even hit 48 either. A 49.061.
All right. Our last two cars. Busch was 1. I forgot the other one.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank.
2 more to go.
So, Briscoe.
Oh, yeah, Briscoe, duh. All right. Is it Briscoe or is it Hamlin? Briscoe versus Hamlin. That's the matchup right now for front row spot.
Briscoe about half a car length ahead.
Yeah, Briscoe's out there, man. He's out there.
Briscoe's going to get the pole right now, as of now.
Oh, wow.
So Briscoe and Priest.
And it
still hit a 48. Come on, Busch.
All right. It's going to be Kyle Busch versus Ryan Priest. Briscoe's locked into the front row. Question is Briscoe going to get the pole or is he going to get the outside pole?
Going into turn 3, Kyle's about a half a car length ahead of Briscoe's time.
Great. Wow.
Come on, Rowdy. Come on. Almost a full car length now.
Kyle,
this is
CJ Sports. That's your guy.
Come on. He's got it. He has got it. Busch on the pole.
What a great storyline for Kyle Busch.
It didn't even get under 49 this time. Just over 49.
Busch and Briscoe front row. And Busch gets the pole in his 21st attempt.
21st attempt. Wow.
So you're right earlier. You said 20 earlier. That was right.
Yeah, last year was 20th attempt. This is 21.
So, guys, make sure that you sign up on the fantasy, especially our crew, I guess. Here. Is this an open league for our listeners as well? Are we going to share that out to Anthony and them?
We can share it out to our followers.
2 things. 1, Taz, any updates on the racing league that you're doing? And 2, Briscoe and Busch, how much do you guys try tomorrow? You're locked in. You know the possibilities. We've seen many dual races go sideways real quick. So what would be your game plans?
The answer to your first question, I'm hoping to record Friday. I haven't really had much of a chance this week.
Okay.
Number 2, I would say for them, it's going to be kind of like a test session, like feel how your car is in the draft in certain spots, not really push the issue. Obviously, they're going to want to test all the waters to see how it's going to go, but I would say I wouldn't push the full force to force a wreck.
Do you ride to the back? Do you try to stay out in front of it all? I mean, I know you want to be kind of part of the pack when they do their pit stops because you're going to want to have that real feel. And you're still going to be leery on that because you want anybody to hit you and screw anything up when they misjudge their trip into pit road. So do you run up front till your pit stop and get all what you need, then kind of back off? How far do you push it?